It wasn't nearly as much change as the last two swing elections, but there are some important things to point out. In the House Agriculture Committee, 2 subcommittee chairs and 4 subcommittee ranking members won't be here in the next Congress. So that's fairly significant, and as well as 2 other additional rank and file members. So at least 8 open seats on the committee, possibly more depending on if people decide to switch committees and so on. So it's 1/3 of the subcommittee chairs and 2/3 of the subcommittee ranking members will be new come January. So that's fairly significant change. I guess the other change, House Ag Committee-wise, is that's been talked about a lot, is the relatively lower number of Blue Dog or conservative Democrats in Congress as a whole. Blue Dogs have tended to be Ag Committee members, or many of them have. So that there's a new trend towards a slightly different composition on the minority side in House Agriculture Committees already starting in the last session. That trend will likely continue. So a different mix on the Democratic side going forward, probably. On House Ag Appropriations, there were no election changes to the subcommittee. I think the biggest question out there is whether Chairman Kingston intends to stay with agriculture or possibly shift to a different subcommittee. That remains to be seen. Switching quickly to the Senate, obviously there are 3 old pros to the Ag Committee who won't be there in the next Congress, Senator Conrad, Senator Nelson, and Senator Lugar. So that's significant change. 4 Democrats who were at one point or another in the last election cycle in difficult races are all coming back. That would be Senator Klobuchar, Brown, Casey, and Gillibrand. And so there are at least 2, quite possibly 3 open slots if they change the ratios on the majority side in the Senate Agriculture Committee to be filled, and at least 3 or 4 new Democratic senators who hail from farm states who might be interested in those slots. But probably the biggest story on the Senate Agriculture Committee side is what's going to happen with the ranking member. Senator Cochran is term limited as ranking member on full Appropriations Committee. He would have seniority to potentially come back and claim ranking member slot on Senate Agriculture Committee. That remains to be seen. If you haven't read last night's Political article, there's a lot more information about that there that I won't bore you with. Senate Ag Appropriations, the big thing there is the retirement of Senator Cole, who has led that committee subcommittee for quite some time. So there will be a new chair, and there's at least 2 Democratic openings on that committee that need to be filled.